Hello everybody, welcome and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing on the best of one standard ranked ladder with a Sultai land combo deck. Basically, this is centered around the Blossoming Tortoise, Soul Cauldron, and the Misery's Shadow. If you can get the Misery's Shadow underneath the Cauldron and animate a land to put a counter on it, if Blossoming Tortoise is on the field at the same time, the 1 cost of Misery's Shadow gets reduced down to 0, which, if your opponent doesn't expect it, can just be lethal. The Restless Vinestalk is a way to have a Trampler that can go infinite. Restless Cottage and the Mistress Foundry are in here just to have a couple other land creatures. Llanowar Lone Speaker can turn some of our other lands into 3/3s for the Cauldron to combo with, and the Ginger Brute is a 1-of that can put itself into the graveyard that can also go underneath the Cauldron to give our land some evasion. So if opponent just has a bunch of creatures on the ground, we don't have the trampling land, we can just make it unblockable except by creatures with haste. And a lot of the times, you're not going to be walled off against mono red, so this should just be able to squeak out the win. The rest of the deck is just kind of focused on making this silly land pile work. So we're of course running Slogurk. We have a 1-of Shelly and a 1-of Soul of Windgrace, just because the Soul of Windgrace can also go underneath the Cauldron and has some cool abilities. Rona can help us find combo pieces. Misery's Shadow, is the combo piece. Fauna Shaman can discard other creature cards to go find specific things like the Tortoise or the Shadow. And Liliana is in here for a little bit of removal as well, since she's pretty good at taking out creatures through Skrelv, which this deck kind of struggles with. If you guys are excited to see this list in action, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed if you aren't already, as I'd really appreciate it. I upload to YouTube 5 days a week with standard content just like this, so if you don't mind dropping a subscription, I'd really appreciate it, as I'm still working on getting my channel partnered. With all that said, let's hop onto the ladder and see how this does. Alrighty, game 1. The hand looks okay. Let's try it out. We at least have a Cauldron and the Tortoise, so we just really need to get the, whatever the fire-breathing 2-drop in the yard. Not really any, super scary 3-drops that we immediately need to go for the throat. So let's just get the Cauldron down early. Let's pass. So do we want to take 4 with the Glutton here? No, not really. And a Blossoming Tortoise. Unfortunately, we cannot interact with the Tortoise reanimating stuff. Ooh, Misery's Shadow. Yeah, let's go with the Tortoise. And let's pass. And go for the throat. Sure. Let's eat that while they're in the middle of combat. Well, I guess we could have, gotten the stuff out of our yard, but I'd rather deny them resources. I guess we'll sacrifice our Misery Shadow. We will, in response, eat it with the Cauldron, and put a counter on our Tortoise. And they have a Virtue. Well, that is brutal. Let's go for the Throne on their Tortoise. And we will pass. Their Virtue of Persistence is at least fightable. Well, there's a Basayu. That works too. I was gonna say the Virtue isn't too much of a problem since it targets. We can fight it with the Cauldron. Let's get the Rona down, and we will pass. Take 4. And back to us. Think we will just pass. Lily of the Vale.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
I mean, that's fine.
You won't be outsmarting me.
No attacks. Let's activate the cottage. And they're gonna double block. Well, guess they forgot about its fire breathing ability. Even if we don't have the Tortoise on the field. Let's pass. Dang, there's a Basayu. Let's loot. And do we discard the Gurk or the Tortoise here? I think it's the Gurk.
I've always hated clowns.
Yeah, if they attack in with that, then we can play the Tortoise, animate the Foundry, and kill the Lily.
Isn't how things were supposed to go.
And we will pass. We can take 4. Let's go with another Tortoise. And we can animate this for free. And opponent definitely has a lot of food to eat, but I would say we've officially turned the corner. Dread Knight is pretty good, especially with all that food. We'll get in for 10. We'll play Shelly, and we will pass. Sure. Away goes Shelly. And they can draw. We'll eat, and back to us. Don't want to mill ourselves out, but we can easily finish the game like this. Let's get their cottages out of the graveyard, just in case they hit a Tortoise. And we will pass. GG's. That game was insane. Haven't had a grind fest like that in a little while. Alrighty, next game. Hand looks okay. On the draw is not great. And looks like we are going to be facing mono red, of course. actually think we just go for the throat. Let's pass. And doesn't look like there's any 1 mana stick. So no Monstrous Rage, and we'll take 1. Do we want to play the Restless Cottage? Or do we want to play the Coast and the Gurk? I think we play the Cottage. Let's pass and go for the throat. We'll get down the turtle, and let's ramp. And they Volcanic Spite. Kind of annoying. Let's play the Gurk. And do we want to play Lone Speaker, or do we want to maybe Besayu their Sekenza? I think we just Lone Speaker. Charming Scoundrel, and they make a treasure. So since they made a treasure, they most likely have a either Play with Fire or Monstrous Rage. If we block like this, they have to use the Monstrous Rage on the Scoundrel, and they're gonna trade. The Swifty, it's gonna kill the Lone Speaker regardless, but I think we still block to preserve the life. Let's play a Besayu. Well, I did not mean to do that. Let's play a Cauldron. I mean, definitely not ideal to give him extra land, but let's make him waste another spell. I think we still take the block. And let's put the Fauna Shaman underneath it. We'll grab the Besayu, and back to us. Let's go with Gurk, and we'll activate. And let's play a land for turn just to trigger the Gurk. Here he's Warcrafting. Well, that's a little annoying. Gurk leaves the field, we'll grab Besayu. They take the Lightning Strike even though they can't play it this turn. And I think we just eat now to play around anything. And let's pass. Yep. There is a 3/3 Godric, and they concede. GG's. Alrighty, next game. Hand is decent, we'll keep it. We'll lead with Rona, and we will pass. And opponent's leading out with Field of Ruin. So most likely mono white, but definitely not what we want to see. I think we dropped the lone speaker. And we will pass. Sunset Reverie. Okay. Let's loot. Land on top, perfect. Let's get in for 7. And we will pass. Union gains him a ton of life. Let's loot. I mean, do we just transform Rona here? Yeah, not too much point blocking either of these. 5/5 tramplers and 8/8 tramplers. Well, do you have a board wipe? No, they do not. GG's. Alrighty, next game. Hand looks pretty solid. Let's keep it. Against mono red though. Not too sure about that. We at least are on the play and have Go for the Throat into Lily. They didn't play a turn 1, so we should most likely be able to keep the board under control. I think we'll just take 2. Yavimaya Iconoclast. Well, at least Lily takes 4 away from the dome. Let's go with our tortoise. And thankfully we do hit a land. So next turn we can go tortoise and hold open Go for the Throat. I mean, doesn't really matter. We'll just trade with that one. And we will pass. Kamano takes us down to 10. And I think we just go for the throat here. Let's get down the next cottage. we will animate. In for 5. Let's get the plate with fire out of there, just in case they have adversaries. We'll play the brute, and we will pass. Let's eat. Let's get in for 8. And we will pass. We'll channel. And I'll take a Shelly. Yep, double activate the cottage, crack in for 10, force some jumps, GG's. Not too bad. A couple post-game thoughts for everybody. I really like this deck. I think it could be pretty competitive, but the removal and the cauldrons I think need to be rethought a little. Soul of Windgrace might be fine to just remove, and adding in some virtues might be good. Something like this might be a little bit better, since the Blossoming Tortoises ramp you towards the end game really quickly, and if you aren't able to find your cauldrons, these are really good. These are a really good alternative, since they can just bring back your tortoises, Shellys, Gurks, whatever it might be. But all in all, I always have fun playing this deck, even if it isn't the most competitive. So if you guys have any more suggestions for this, drop them down in the comments. And thank you everybody for watching, I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.